Hello and welcome to the Rising Heritage channel, your channel for bullion stacking, semi-numismatic collecting, and general numismatic news. I'm your host, Rising Heritage, and today I'm here to talk to you about my feelings on the NGCX program. Spoiler alert, I'm not a huge fan of what it appears to be right now, and I'll explain what I think that is. And later on, I'll also tell you what it would take to get me on board with this new way of grading coins. That sounds good. Let's get into it. If you've not heard of the NGCX program, it is NGC's new grading system that seeks to correct the confusion a new person to the hobby would have with the current standard bearer, that is the Sheldon scale. Now, the Sheldon scale is based off a 70-point grading system. The new system introduces a more intuitive scale based off a 10-point grading system. NGCX, a new era of coin collecting starts now. NGC is the first grading authority to offer a 10-point grading scale for modern coins. So it says first, maybe that is hinting that, hey, we want the other grading companies to follow us along this path of a 10-point grading scale. Okay, with the same precision, consistency, and guarantee we've been known for since our founding in 1987. Coexisting with NGC's industry standard 70-point grading scale is what I don't like. Coexisting, why have two different things? NGCX makes it easier than ever for collectors of comics, trading cards, sports cards, and other collectibles graded on a 10-point scale to expand their interest to coins. So I'm on the NGC website right now, and I am under, I believe, coin grading and the grading scale. So here is the current Sheldon grading scale right here. It goes from 70 all the way down to 1. And on this scale, there are 30 points along this scale. And when you move over to the new 10-point scale, there are 29 different points. So, according to the Wikipedia page, there should be 29 points. So, what is the extra point that NGC adds on their scale? That would be a mint state 53. So, mint state 53 is saying slight wear on more than 50% of the design, full details except for very minor softness on the high points. That would be mint state, an AU 53. According to Wikipedia, on the Sheldon scale, information for the Sheldon scale, it goes from AU 50 to AU 55 all the way up to AU 58. That is when we get into the mint state numbers, right at 60. So here are our mint state grades, 60 all the way up to 70. So a 60, of course, would correspond with a 9.0, and a 70, of course, corresponds to a 10 with the new scale. So in that respect, it's a 1-to-1. It's exact 1-to-1 when you're looking at this scale for the Sheldon on the Wikipedia page. Okay, so now that I have had a day with the information and I understand just a little bit better, my opinion is that I like what NGC is trying to do by making the system more intuitive. I think it's a better system. It just makes more sense to have a 10-point scale because most everyone can understand it without much effort. But I cannot support it until there is mass adoption. Um, so I'm saying if NGC are the only people, is the only company doing this, I mean that adds more confusion in and of itself. I want to see it adopted by everybody. So the best way to have mass adoption would be if NGC and PCGS came out together and said that this is what we're doing. And, they have enough of the market share to where pretty much everyone would have to follow them, and I would really be okay with that. That would have been the best way. And now that did not happen as far as I know. NGC is alone in this endeavor. The second best way for NGC to have implemented something like this would be have for them to have gotten a second tier grading company such as CAC, which they are about to have a brand new grading company as of 2023. And if they would start off from the beginning with a 10-point scale, that would be a second company backing this. And then it would just be like getting a company such as Annex on board, um, and NGC's largest rival, PCGS, may have to end up adopting, this new scale. And that would be cool. Now, if NGC is totally unsuccessful in getting other companies to embrace their 10-point scale, and I admit I never considered that might be their objective. Maybe they don't want anybody else doing the 10-point scale. They want that to be their thing. I think the thing that would make it okay for me is for both companies to have um, the 10-point and the Sheldon on all coins. Now, hang on, before you say that's going to be too crowded. Yes, maybe, but the thing that would really set it off for me is do you know those hologram stickers? It would be to have a hologram sticker showing both the Sheldon, and with the flick of a wrist, you're moving your wrist forward or whatever, you can see the 10-point number. And if my understanding is correct, an MS65 will always be equal to an MS 9.5 with this new system. So it's going to be pretty much a one for one. That would really set it off for me, and that is how I can get behind if that's how I can get behind this system if NGC turns out to be the only company that goes with a 10-point scale. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about by a flip flop hologram sticker, it would be these right here. I am on hlhologram.com, and what we're looking at here is a hologram sticker where sometimes the key is visible, and sometimes you can see them both together. But it's usually this one you mostly see the lock, and where's one where you mostly see just the key. And here's a site called retailsolutions.com, and they have a flip flop sticker available. And if you look on this one, it zooms in once I put the cursor over there. But if you look at this one, the larger ticket is pretty much not visible. But when you move over to the other one right here, you can see that larger ticket visible. Now, all of the same imagery is on all of these stickers. It looks like it has a serial number for each ticket as well, and that would be different. But that wouldn't be necessary for what NGC would need to do because all of the grades would correspond and they'd only need to print one single ticket for you. If you like this video, if you'd like more videos like this, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. This is Rising Heritage saying, keep an effortless focus on improving your financial horizons, and may the sun never set on your heritage.